Hello, my name is Julia and this is Space Daily News channel. SpaceX has released the official specifications and photos of its next-generation Starlink V2 Mini satellites, which had their first launch on Monday, February 27. The new satellites are the future of SpaceX Starlink constellation. The V2 Minis have more powerful phased antenna arrays and used E-band frequencies for data transmission, which will allow Starlink to provide a fourfold increase in network capacity over previous versions. During the launch, a SpaceX Falcon 9 rocket carried 21 satellites of the new series into low Earth orbit, forming the Starlink Gen2 constellation, which is expected to number 7,500 vehicles. The company also continues to fill its smaller Starlink Gen1 constellation of 4,400 satellites with V1.5 series satellites. In the future, these smaller Starlink V2 Minis will likely be replaced by larger V2 satellites, especially since SpaceX has already built and developed dozens of full-size Starlink V2 satellites to the Starbase in Texas. These spacecraft reportedly weigh 1.5 to 2 tons each, provide nearly 10 times the throughput of the V1.5 series satellites, and are so large and bulky that they can only be launched using SpaceX's next-generation Starship launch vehicle. However, the launch of the Starship launch vehicle has been delayed, so SpaceX decided to develop and launch a third version of the Starlink satellites, which combines many of the advantages of the full-size V2 satellite, but is smaller so that a batch of these satellites can be launched with a Falcon 9 rocket. Each V2 Mini satellite weighs no more than 830 kg. Larger V2 Mini design has reduced the number of satellites that Falcon 9 can launch by almost 3 times. But since each satellite has 4 times the capacity, the total capacity of a batch of 21 new satellites would be almost 50% higher than the capacity of a batch of 57 V1.5 series satellites. The full-size V2 satellites developed by SpaceX engineers will use argon thrusters based on the Hall effect in space. To avoid the high cost of xenon fuel, SpaceX already uses a Hall effect krypton propulsion system in the V1 and V1.5 series Starlink satellites. Thanks to the relatively low cost of krypton compared to xenon, SpaceX has already saved hundreds of millions of dollars. Switching from krypton to argon could prove just as profitable. Compared to krypton, the argon needed to fuel the Starlink V2 satellites would be virtually free, almost 100 times cheaper. The first launch of the new Starlink V2 Mini satellites was successful, with a total of about 8 Starlink launches expected in the next months. Space Daily News. Like, share and subscribe.